alone to relieve your sinus pressure plus the pain that comes with it, so you can feel better. Feel better. Tylenol Sinus. Use only as directed.
The PM show with Coast to Coast. This cable station, this radio station you're listening to. Paul Sturg, Eric Joseph, Pam McNeely. We got the full crowd. Got a full load here in the studio.
There it is again. What is that?
Gets us excited, though. That's for sure. I like that.
I'm pumped up now.
Well, we've got two lawsuits to talk about.
A lot of stuff happening in the news.
In the news, we've got Nicolette Sheridan, who is suing Mark Cherry, the executive producer and founder of Desperate Housewives.
And Nicolette Sheridan, isn't she like married to Michael Bolton?
No, they never actually pulled the trigger. They've been engaged twice over like a 10-year span.
Or got married. Bad joke. Never mind. Continue on.
So she's claiming she was killed off on the show this year.
It could have been worse.
There we
Let's
go.
just be happy for what we got.
She got killed off on the show this year.
Oh, wow.
He's been trying to kill her off. Mark Cherry, the writer and executive producer, apparently has been trying to kill her off on the show for a number of years. He finally did it. She got in a car accident and electrocuted.
Nicolette Sheridan, she's a beautiful woman.
Now,
she was on Knots Landing for many years.
What character did she play?
Edie Britt. Another Brit.
Oh,
It's getting very confusing here. Yes.
Who did not have an affair with Sammy Davis Jr.
Or Lola LaFalana.
Oh, there
Or
we go.
Law and Order Los Angeles.
It all comes full circle on this show.
There it is. That's how we do
So-
it here.
What's the deal? I heard some story about that Nicolette Sheridan was attacked or something.
Supposedly, she's claiming that Mark Cherry slapped her.
Ooh.
Who's
but
Mark Cherry, by the way?
He's the executive producer, writer, creator.
So he's the Mark Burnett of
Yes.
this show.
So she's claiming $20 million in damages on lost wages because she's off the show. She got killed off.
And a swollen cheek.
And the swollen cheek and hurt pride and destroying
All
her
that.
reputation in Los Angeles. And
Order
ABC
Los
said that
Angeles.
she's filed so many of these reports in the past
Oh, my
that
God.
they're almost dismissing it as without merit,
like a frivolous lawsuit.
as she's been the
Could-
Nicolette who cried wolf too many times.
Could that be the case?
That's what they're saying at ABC. They need to investigate it because they have to legally, but they're saying this is like one of a gazillion times she's pulled
What
this.
was the reason why she claimed that they didn't want her on the show any longer? Was she difficult to work
She
with?
was a raging pain.
Oh, that.
Yeah, no.
She looks like
yeah.
she might be kind of high maintenance.
Yes, and
She was on that Knots Landing program, and she was very good on it. But again, she really kind of took center stage when she came on the scene.
Well, and Terry Hatcher's also supposedly very difficult to work with, but her character is a nice person on the show, and people don't have the backlash against her.
Oh.
So, yeah.
Wait, now, what character did she play?
Edie Britt.
Edie Brett. I'm trying to remember. I can't.
She's a blonde. She's very blonde, platinum
She was the
blonde.
one that was trying to in one of the earlier seasons, was trying to hook up with the guy that
married
Terry
to-
Hatcher
Was married to.
the
Yes.
plumber guy,
And
right?
she used to
Okay.
wash her car in the bathing suit.
Yes, she seemed kind of crazy on the show.
Yeah.
So I'm sure it's
She's.
probably
I think she's
real
a
life
little of that.
portrayal
Yeah,
there.
exactly. So that'll
just
play
play
out.
yourself.
Hey, Jack Hyde, America's 40-year-old intern on the relevant kind of meter to Nicolette Sheridan. Is she still kind of, is she still something to talk about? I mean, she's not
No,
exactly.
she's kind of useless. Nobody cares about her.
Okay, so
Yeah.
the
Move on from
she's
her.
not Sandra Bullock.
No, no,
Okay,
No.
not America's sweetheart.
No, if you cheated on her with somebody with a
Would it-
tattooed
would it-
head, no one would care.
Nobody
No.
would care.
No one
There
would
you go.
care.
Okay.
So, here's a flashback. Fan of the show Bosom Buddies.
Bosom Buddies.
Do you remember Bosom Buddies?
I faintly remember that program.
This is how Tom Hanks got his start.
I remember that. Sure.
Tom Hanks started on Bosom Buddies with Peter Scolari
Peter Scolari. He was the other guy. I do
back in
remember-
1982.
do remember. Yeah.
So if
Wow.
you're fans of that show, this is the first time the entire cast, will reunite
Oh.
on stage for the TV Land Awards.
That ought to be kind of
Yeah,
interesting.
so April 25th, if you're a fan of Bosom Buddies, and Tom Hanks, I think it's very cool. The guy is like the most successful producer actor in the history of the medium, and he goes back on TV Land Awards to reprise his
That-
role on Bosom Buddies.
That's got to be very.
That's a class act.
It's-
That's
That's
pretty good.
totally cool.
I don't know
Yeah.
if it's a class act because how embarrassing does it have to be for Peter Scolari?
Well, in the show,
Not that embarrassing.
But
Tom
no,
Hanks is a better actor.
But in the show, the premise of
There
the
you go.
show is they dressed as women so that they could live in a women's
Sure.
housing unit.
Yeah,
And so
okay.
they were in drag half the shows.
I tried that once, and I just say, don't do it.
You know, the facial hair.
It gave it away. And the deep voice. Hi, girls. It doesn't quite work out that way.
Was that show even any good, or does it? Even,
Oh, it's a great show.
Will it hold up today?
No, it looks a little dated, unfortunately. But it's still a funny show.
Bosom
Kind of
Buddies.
the whole social mores are different now when they talk about it's so cute that they've seen these girls in their nightgowns. So in 1982, that was cute on television. Now everybody's hooking up, and you've got the situation. So
yeah, I don't know if it's gonna. Yeah, it might be just a total disaster.
yeah. So that's kind of cool. 24 we know is ending.
Yes.
Very sad.
Very sad.
Very sad.
I'm not upset about it, to be perfectly honest.
No.
Paul, you watched Jersey Shore, so
Yeah, we'll talk. We'll talk about
yeah.
24. So the 2-hour finale on May 24th.
Pretend I'm
what's
not
coming
here.
up.
We do anyway.
Okay.
Supposedly, Jack Bauer won't die.
Good. Well, because too many people are dying already this season.
Well, you know why Jack Bauer won't die?
Movie coming up.
Exactly.
They already signed on to it too,
That's right. I
Okay.
smell the franchise.
Oh, there you
so
go.
Fox is already they're writing the script for the movie version. So supposedly they're not going to kill off Jack Bauer. Although there was a big death this week. I won't spoil it for people who haven't seen it yet.
I cried.
I did too. It was sad. So the movie is going on. It won't be a prequel though. It'll be a sequel. It'll continue the action from the show supposedly. And they're using this season, since they've known for a few months that it's going to end, they're using this season to wrap up all the storylines. So it should be very satisfying for fans of 24 on May 24th.
I hope Kim Bauer's going to come back. Alicia Cuthbert, man, she is attractive.
She's still playing with that mountain lion somewhere, trapped on that road.
From season 1.
By the way, anything happening with George Stephanopoulos of ABC?
The show's ratings aren't great. It's holding on a little bit, but the show without him on Sundays has gone down dramatically.
So this week with
George Stephanopoulos,
that it's like no good anymore.
it's just declining. Actually, Face the Nation is pulling up quite a bit.
I tuned in and I saw Sam Donaldson and Cokie Roberts. I thought it was like I went back in time 20 years. I was expecting to see David Brinkley.
Well, that would be involving voodoo.
Okay. Okay. We'll just leave it at that.
There you go. So we've got other little snippets of information coming back.
Okay. Final segment coming up.